Hi, welcome to Yellow Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters.
Welcome to Yellow Slate. Today we have with us Miss Smriti Singh, who is the IB-MYP Coordinator at Amrita International Vidyalayam, which is located in Bengaluru, who has successfully led the school to IB-MYP authorization, earning multiple commendation from the IB. To get to know more details about the school, let's have a conversation with her. Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Thank you, Vihari, for the introduction.
So, ma'am, to begin with, for parents new to IB, how would you explain the MYP and its purpose during the middle school years?
Thank you for that wonderful opening question, Vihari. This one I truly like because it gets right to the heart of why so many families choose the IB pathway. For parents who are just beginning their journey with International Baccalaureate, the MYP or Middle Years program is the IB framework designed specifically for students aged 11 to 16 to create practical connections between their education and real world situations. You can think it as the bridge in the IB continuum. It builds on the inquiry-based and the concept-driven primary years program, which is PYP, from which our younger students come from, while deliberately developing the deeper conceptual understanding, critical thinking, research, and independent learning skills that students need for a more rigorous IB diploma program in grades 11th and 12th. Now, what makes it special is that MYP helps students make real connections between the classroom learning and the world around them. They are encouraged to ask big questions, explore concepts deeply, think across the subjects, and understand global issues through an international lens. The purpose during these middle years is to nurture caring, internationally minded learners who are curious, resilient, empathetic, and are able to take responsibility for their own learning. At Amrita International Vidyalayam, we want them to develop not only strong academic foundation, but also personal qualities such as collaboration, communication, self-management, and above all, ethical decision making that will help them throughout the life. We want our students to move forward confidently with purpose, whether towards diploma program or any other future pathways. It is rigorous, yes, but it's also meaningful, relevant, and genuinely student-centered. Simply put, MYP helps young people grow into thoughtful, capable, and compassionate global citizens.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That's great to know, ma'am. So going to our next question. How does the MYP at Amrita focus on deep understanding rather than just rote learning?
That's a very important question. One of the hallmarks of MYP is moving beyond surface level rote memorization to a deep conceptual understanding and real world application. At Amrita, we achieve this through consistent inquiry based approach. So we begin our classes by activating students' prior knowledge through discussions, quizzes, or short activities, so that the learning feels relevant from the start, and it helps students to bridge the knowledge gap for that particular content. Then students explore concepts actively by observing, questioning, investigating, and inferring. Our teachers acts just as facilitator rather than lecturer. Then the content is introduced through meaningful global context that helps students to see the real world implications of what they are studying. Now, throughout this process, we build the relevant ATL skills, also called approaches to learning skills, such as thinking skills, social skills, communication, research, and self-management skills, so that the students don't just absorb information, they reflect, they learn how to think and express their ideas effectively. This process makes the learning more meaningful and long-lasting, and it is always refreshing to see a student explain a concept that they have truly explored rather than just reciting from a textbook. I have observed that students become confident thinkers and independent learners who can connect knowledge to real life situations and communicate their understanding with clarity.
Got it, ma'am. Ma'am, going to our next question. As we know, the students are dealt with a lot of assessments, and that's being again evaluated to give a final result in terms of progress report. So how should parents actually understand these reports are different compared to other traditional grading?
Yeah, actually, this is one of the most common questions that we hear from the parents who are new to MYP, and I'm very happy that you asked. MYP assessments are both holistic and criterion-based, which makes them very different from traditional percentage and ranking systems. So let me explain it simply. Criterion-based means we assess students against clear specific learning goals called criteria. We don't just assign marks based on whether the written answer is correct or wrong. For example, in science, there are 4 criteria. Criteria A is knowing and understanding. B, inquiring and designing. C is processing and evaluating. And D is reflecting on impacts of science. Now, each is scored from 1 to 8 using detailed descriptors given by IB. So, the report shows exactly which skills the child excels in and which are the areas they can develop. And like science, it is followed for all subjects. So, at the same time, the system is holistic, I would say, which means students are not pitched against their classmates or given ranks. Instead, they are really competing with themselves, focusing on their personal growth. This builds a healthy mindset where emphasis is on continuous improvement rather than just chasing marks. At AIVB, we also give feedback on the ATL skills, things like thinking, self-management, communication, and so on, along with the teacher comments that give a complete picture of the child's progress. We also share formative and summative feedback so that both parent and the student always know where things stand and how to move forward. Most parents actually prefer reading these reports because they are more transparent, helpful, and focused on real learning and personal development rather than comparison.
Got it, ma'am. That's good to know. And how does this interdisciplinary learning work in practice, ma'am? Across all the subjects in Amrita.
Yeah, so interdisciplinary learning is one of the most powerful and distinctive features of MYP, I would say. In simple terms, interdisciplinary unit is a thoughtfully designed learning experience where students explore a big idea by connecting 2 or more subjects. So instead of studying topics in isolation, they see how knowledge from different disciplines work together to solve a real world problem or answer meaningful questions. At Amrita, we give interdisciplinary learning a very high priority and begin building these experiences right from MYP year 1. Even before the academic year starts, our teachers collaborate across departments to identify organic connections between the subjects, which are not forced. These emerge through shared global context or key concepts that naturally lead to a purposeful final product. Students are also given genuine agency in the process. They help shape the direction of the project and are encouraged to think creatively and design original products that reflect their own ideas. For example, our students have designed gadgets for children with special needs. They have developed organic farming projects combining sciences and mathematics. They have also created short stories inspired by self-designed portraits from their own cultural values. These are just to name a few. Now, these experiences turn classroom concepts into practical applications, and these beautifully showcase ATL skills in action. At Amrita, every year we hold an interdisciplinary culmination event where students showcase their journey and the creative products that they developed. Parents are often amazed by what their children create, and the feedback has been incredibly positive. Apart from these projects, teachers and students create interdisciplinary experiences while teaching learning of the concepts within the units. So it's actually wonderful that it truly brings learning to life for everyone.
Got it. So, ma'am, when it comes to IB curriculum, parents are more curious to know what kind of projects are being implemented at the school. So, can you please talk about what role do projects and real world context play in MYP learning here?
Yeah, projects and real world context are core to the MYP experience at Amrita. We deliberately structure projects in 3 categories so that students can apply their learning at different levels of depth and duration. So first, we have short-term projects that usually last to 1 to 2 weeks. These are often assessment-based either formative or summative, where students complete a specific task. For example, they might conduct a survey and present the findings as a report. They can design sustainable packaging while learning 3D geometry in mathematics, or build working models in science. Next are interdisciplinary units, which run for about 1.5 months or 2 months. These connect two subjects around real-life global context and result in creative, purposeful product, which I explained previously. Finally, we have long-term projects. So in MYP Year 3, students undertake community project that runs for about 5 to 6 months, where they identify and address a genuine need in the local community. Then in MYP Year 5, they complete personal project, which is for 9 to 10 months. It's a completely original and student-driven creation based on their interests, passions, and skills. Here also, teachers act purely as facilitators, supporting the process while the ideas and the ownership remain fully with the student. And every step of this journey is documented by the students. Through all these projects, students move far beyond the textbooks. They investigate real issues, design solutions, create tangible outcomes. This helps them clearly see the relevance of what they are learning and how it can be applied beyond the classroom walls. At the same time, they also develop the key 18 skills like research, critical thinking, collaboration, time management, and communication, but in a purposeful way. So overall, I would say these experiences build confidence, creativity, and strong sense of agency. Students don't just learn about the world, they learn how to contribute to it meaningfully.
Got it. Ma'am, how does the MYP support students' emotional well-being and self-management during this adolescence age? Because that plays a crucial role for them in terms of the overall growth. Can you please talk?
The MYP supports students' emotional well-being and self-management through approaches to learning skills, specifically self-management, which help students recognize emotions, build resilience, manage stress, and develop a growth mindset. The IB learner profile attributes like balanced, reflective, and caring further guide them to become more self-aware and empathetic. These skills are generally addressed during the teaching learning process, and we also incorporate these in each subject discipline. At Amrita, we strengthen this through daily practices such as yoga, instrumental music, vocal music, dance classes that help students release stress and stay emotionally balanced. We also have regular chanting sessions that bring calm and focus. Also, MYP's Services Action Program allows students to support the community, nurturing empathy and purpose. Additionally, we have also collaborated with Stepping Stone Center, where we have a dedicated team of counselors who provide timely support to students, teachers, and parents. So whether a student is facing academic pressure or personal challenges, they receive compassionate guidance and practical suggestions wherever needed. So together, these elements help our students navigate adolescence with greater emotional strength, self-awareness, and confidence.
Got it, ma'am. Ma'am, along with the academics, sports plays a crucial role in the child's school experience. So can you talk about what role do sports and physical education play in terms of MYP framework here at Amrita?
Yeah, at Amrita, sports and physical education play a vital role in achieving goals of MYP by nurturing balanced, healthy, and reflective learners. Physical and health education is one of our subject discipline. Specifically, it comes under the category of e-portfolio subject, where learning is thoughtfully balanced, which means 50% focus is on theoretical understanding and 50% is on the practical skill development. So as the name suggests, PHE in MYP goes beyond just playing sports. It emphasizes fitness, health, and overall well-being. Students learn what the body experiences during physical activity, the importance of nutrition, fitness, body care, and how informed choices can support long-term health, which aligns closely with MYP's focus on the holistic development and development of ATL skills. It is not considered as an extracurricular activity. And to strengthen this, we have recently collaborated with Minerva Sports Residential Academy, which will bring professional expertise and structure training and also exposure to the disciplined sports practices while keeping learning inclusive and age appropriate. So overall, I would say Amrita's sports and fitness program strongly supports the MYP goal of developing balanced, confident learners who value health, teamwork, and lifelong well-being.
Got it, ma'am. Ma'am, to conclude our interview, what do you think is that one of the major misconceptions about MYP curriculum that you would like to address and clarify to the parents watching this video?
One common misconception about MYP is that it's less academic and it does not use textbooks. But in reality, the MYP is academically rigorous. It develops strong subject knowledge alongside essential skills which are required to survive in future. Structured resources, reference books, are very much part of our teaching at Amrita. What is different is that books are used as one of the learning tools and not the only source of knowledge. We encourage students to question, explore, and apply what they learn rather than only memorizing the content. Another myth is that IB is only meant for students who want to study abroad, which is not true. The MYP builds strong academic foundations, critical thinking, problem solving, and skill development that prepares student equally well for Indian boards and universities as well as international pathways. It is more about quality education and mindset. At Amrita, we focus on values, discipline, service, and responsible learning to ensure that the students from diverse backgrounds benefit from the program. In the end, I would just reiterate that MYP is not about going abroad or following trends. It is about preparing confident, capable learners who can succeed in India and globally, academically, personally, and ethically.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining and sharing some of the great insights about MYP framework, especially at Amrita International Vidyalayam. Thank you.
Thank you so much.